They said it would be impossible. They looked at you and only saw limits. They measured you by your circumstances, not your capacity. But what they didn't know, what they couldn't know, is that fire isn't always visible. Some flames are born in silence, far from the spotlight, and that's where your fire began. Why? To carry the weight of your past while trying to build a future no one else can see. They think motivation is hype, a moment of inspiration that comes and goes. But you know better. Real motivation doesn't come in bright lights or loud speeches. It comes from being pushed into a corner, from having nothing left but your heartbeat and a choice. To stay down or to get back up. In the dark, in the quiet, in the lonely places where strength is born and excuses go to die. The grit, the discipline, the patience, the mental toughness. Those things don't come when everything is easy. They're forged in trials. You've watched others get chances while you were overlooked. You've built things only to watch them fall apart, but you kept building, because deep down you understood something most people never will. Every loss was a lesson. Every failure was fuel. Every delay was preparation. Born in setbacks, strengthened in rejection, and you've had your share. Every moment in the shadows has been shaping you. Every closed door has been redirecting you. Power in the fact that you're still here breathing, pushing, believing. You've seen rock bottom and refused to stay there. You've stared down hopelessness and walked through it. You've taken your pain and turned it into purpose. Every dark season has been preparing you to shine. You didn't come from privilege. You didn't grow up with a map in your hands or a staircase to climb. You know, there's no elevator to the top. There's only the staircase, and it's steep, uneven, and often lonely. But each step has made you stronger. Every bruise has built your resolve. Every scar has taught you something no classroom ever could. You came from the bottom where the floors were cold and the nights were long. You feel it in your bones, your breath. In the silence when no one is watching and you're still putting in the work. Because when no one believed in you, you had to believe in yourself. When no one showed up to support you, you had to stand alone. And that solitude had taught you who you really are. Every small step, every unseen battle, every time you said no to what was easy and yes to what was necessary, that's where greatness is made. Where dreams seemed like fairy tales and survival was the only goal, while others were handed instructions, you had to carve your own path. No mentors, no safety nets, just a will to rise. And rise, you did. Because something deep inside told you this pain wasn't the end of your story, it was the start of your transformation. People don't understand what that's like. The jobs you took to keep the dream alive. The people who walked away. The voices in your own mind that told you to quit, but still, you stayed in the fight. Why? Because you knew that your current situation wasn't your final destination. You knew that no matter how long it took, no matter how deep the hole, you would climb. You chose to rise. Not because it was easy, but because giving up would have been harder. When you're forged in darkness, you don't see progress the way others do. No one saw those moments. The early mornings, the late nights, the empty bank accounts. It's not just about success. It's about who you become in the process. You've been told no more times than you can count. This isn't just motivation. This is transformation. When you've been through the fire, you don't chase shortcuts. You've become your own hero, your own coach, your own source of strength. You're not weak. You're not broken. You're not behind. You're being built. There's power in your story, power in your scars. Now you're not just surviving, you're evolving. Because the people who come from nothing, they don't want to just succeed. They want to become someone they can be proud of. They want to make sure the pain had a purpose, that the struggle meant something, that every tear, every sacrifice, every lonely night led to something greater. You've stopped waiting for the perfect time. You've stopped wishing for the easy route. You've stopped caring what others think because they weren't in the room when you were crying yourself to sleep. They weren't with you when you were eating scraps and dreaming of more. They weren't there when you were losing friends, losing sleep, and losing hope. You breathe it. You embody it in every choice, every habit, every step. You've realized that success isn't an outcome. It's a way of life, and it will, because you've become dangerous in the best way. Not to others, but to your own limitations. You've tasted failure, and you're not afraid of it. You want to look back one day and know you gave it everything. You didn't let fear win. You didn't let the past define you. You didn't settle. You've taken emptiness and used it to build fulfillment. You've taken silence and turned it into a roar. You've taken your past. You've used it as the fuel to build your future. You've lost before and know how to rise. You've walked alone, so you're never dependent on anyone else to validate your worth. But you were. You were there for it all. That makes you powerful. The proof that struggle builds strength. The proof that grit beats talent when talent stops trying. It will only come to the version that's willing to pay the price, and you've already started. The proof that no matter how deep the pit, you can rise. You've already learned the truth. You build your future in the moments when you feel like quitting. You earn your greatness when no one is watching. And that mindset, that relentless pursuit, that hunger, that's what separates you. This is your moment to step out of the shadows and into the life you were born to build. Because now, you're unstoppable. Because none of that builds anything. What builds is effort. What builds is discipline. What builds is showing up day after day, whether the world claps or not. You don't seek comfort. You seek growth. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going. You don't chase success like it's a destination. You live it. Others wait for the perfect mood, the perfect circumstances, the perfect motivation. It's not flashy. It's not glamorous. It's real. It's raw. It's yours. You've stopped blaming. You've stopped complaining. You've stopped comparing. You don't need a crowd. You need a reason. And your reason is crystal clear. You want to change your life. You want to rewrite the script. You created your own path. You've taken darkness and used it to forge direction. And now you are the proof. The proof that starting with nothing doesn't mean ending with nothing. This is your story. This is your time. Keep pushing. Keep grinding. Keep growing. Because everything you want, everything you dream of, it's not just possible. It's waiting for you. But it won't come to the old version of you. So finish it. From nothing to everything. Built by pain, strengthened by discipline, driven by purpose, being forged in darkness, made to shine.